Hi everyone, welcome back to the channeling series. And today, I have a very simple message for all of you. It's that you need to look at the kind of energy you are giving out. Okay, sometimes what happens is we complicate everything a lot, meaning when something's not working out or when something is not in sync, right? We think of 100 reasons why that's happening instead of just looking at our own selves. Okay, so for example, I think this was a client maybe 6 7 years ago, right? And she'd come to me for an issue of stuck money, right? So there were a lot of clients, and she had given them the service, and they were not paying, or they were saying that they're going to pay, but they were not paying, right? And so she actually came for a clearing to get that stuck money, and which had accumulated and become a lot. And ironically, she was not making her payment for the clearing on time, right? So I had to kind of like uh remind her again and again to make the payment. But I actually, once everything was done, I actually ended up, explaining to her that look at the kind of energy that you have towards people. You are not making your own payments. You are making other folks wait for their payment, and you are not respecting them for their time. You are not valuing people's services, right? And your client is doing the same thing to you, right? You are complaining of the same issue with your client. Your client is not paying you on time, right? Because you are not paying others on time. Sometimes it can be very simple, something so simple in your life where look at what are you doing in your life, right? When you have a certain issue crop up in your life, look at what are you doing, right? And are you somewhere doing the same with other people? Another example is I know of people, right, who complain of their bosses, right, or certain people say at work or whatever, right, being very toxic, being very difficult to work with and all of that, right? Those folks would be very sweet with their bosses, right? But when they come home, they explode, right, on their family, on their friends. They'll be rude and they'll be disrespectful, right? However, the same people at work would be different. Now, the behavior that you exhibit, right, when no one's looking, is also then the behavior you're getting at work from your bosses, right? Do you see that? So you don't get what you want, you get who you are. So what is your energy? What are you doing when nobody's looking, right? That's your vibration. And when you start treating folks the way you want to be treated, right? You'll see changes in your life. You'll see a different world, right? And I know it's a very simple thing and we all talk about it, right? However, how many of us actually practice it, right? And how many of us actually um, put this, in action and actually uh, put that energy out, the energy that we want, right? Easier said than done, I know, but yeah, I've just been seeing a lot of such energies around nowadays. So I thought I'll just remind all of you, whoever lands on this video needs to kind of look at the simple connection. What is your energy for folks out there, right? And once you start working on that, you'll actually see other people change in your life, or people who are actually difficult will leave your life, or somebody else will come up, who will actually be more helpful, or whatever it is, right? There'll be changes, there'll be alchemy happening, but that alchemy needs to start with you. Yeah. So I hope this message resonated. I'll be back tomorrow with another message. Signing off, Anisha from Zarya Healing.